alav shalom. The Jews were slaves in Egypt, and they were working with bricks and mortar. They were labor men, construction men, working with building stuff. And what? Hashem takes them out of Egypt, and He tells them, you got to make a Mishkan. What's in the Mishkan? The Mishkan is fine fabrics, nice golden items, artifacts. They're working with gold, silver, jewels. What? All of a sudden they have VVS diamonds and emerald cuts and teardrop cuts and all these types of different cuts they need to make. How did they know how to deal with this stuff? They were busy laying bricks before. All of a sudden they became GIA certified. How they become gemologists overnight? From where did they get this knowledge? It doesn't make any sense. So it says the Ramban, it was a miracle. You know what was the miracle? Anyone who felt that they had a devotion for Hashem. Hashem said to build Mishkan. I don't know how to do it. You know what? I'm going to do it. I don't know how. God is going to help. So they came to Moshe and they volunteered. And it says in the Pasuk, Betzalel Oholiav, every wise-hearted man, whose heart Hashem endowed him with wisdom. His heart uplifted him and he approached the work to do it. What do we see from here? Hashem gave them divine inspiration. Why? Because they wanted. Because they wanted, Hashem made it that they were able to do it. All of a sudden they became gemologists. How? Hashem gave them the koach. Why? Because they wanted. So therefore you see that a person has to learn from this. When God puts you in a situation, you think to yourself, how? How am I supposed to do this? I don't know, what does Hashem want from me? How am I supposed to pass this test? Hashem put you here, that means you're able to do it. The question is, do you want it enough? If you want it enough, Hashem will give you the wisdom, He'll give you the skill, He'll give you everything. He won't put you in a test that's impossible. How can He command you to do something that you cannot do? Obviously, you could do it. You just don't believe in yourself enough. You don't want it enough. If you be devoted like the people in Mitzrayim who left Mitzrayim going to Israel, they were able to build the Mishkan, even though they had no clue what they were doing, because they said, if Hashem wants us to do it, I also want to do it. We say in Chazal, Pirkei Avot, Have'az k'namer, be bold like a leopard to go serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What's so special about a leopard? A leopard, when it faces a huge animal, even an elephant, humongous, 10 times its own size, it doesn't get scared. It says, I'm going to be strong. I could also fight, and I'm bold. I don't give in. I don't show I'm a coward. So therefore, what do we see? We have to push ourselves like that. We have to be bold. We have to not just be a coward and say, oh, Yani Magu, how am I going to do this? Woe is me. To be bold like a leopard and say, no, I should believe. Even though it looks huge, this task. Hashem is with me, I can do it. Hashem will give me siyat d'shmaya. Now, how did the Rambam, how did the Vilna Gaon, how did these great sages reach the levels that they reached? We look at them, we say, it's unbelievable, it's so high level, how could I ever get there? It's way above what I could ever imagine. The answer is, they started like us, a long time ago. He was also Moishi when he grew up. Moshe, regular Moshe, Rambam. He eventually became Rav Moshe ben Maimon. He eventually became the Rambam. Why? Because he wanted it. He wanted it, and he wanted it, and he wanted it, and eventually he got to the heights that nobody could imagine because he had Siyata D'Shmaya. Betzalel, it says in the Pasuk, I filled him with a godly spirit of wisdom, insight, and knowledge. Betzalel was like a container of Hashem's wisdom. Why? Because he wanted it. Because the way a person goes, that's where he's led. The way a person wants to go, that's where Hashem gives you a Siyata D'Shmaya. There's a famous story in the Midrash that a Roman noblewoman said to Rabbi Yosef bar Halafta. He says, Rabbi Yosef bar Halafta said, Hashem gives wisdom to the wise. She said, I don't understand this teaching. Hashem gives wisdom to the wise? Hashem should give wisdom to the foolish. The foolish need the wisdom. So Hashem should give them wisdom. Why did He give wisdom to the wise? So Rabbi Yossi said to her, what if you have a poor man and a rich man, and they both ask you for a loan? Which one would you give easier the loan? Which one you believe more? You would give to the rich man a loan. Why? He doesn't need the loan. Let the poor man get the loan. He's poor. She says, what do you mean? What if the poor man doesn't have money after paying me back? I'd rather give the rich man. He probably was going to have more of a chance. They'll have money. He said to him, oh, so you see, Mrs. Roman noblewoman? The same thing with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem says, I have to give chokhmah, I have to give wisdom. Who should I give it to? The poor man? What does it mean a poor man? The foolish man. The foolish man is not a guy who's low IQ. The foolish man means is that he chases after material and physical things. instead of chasing after Torah. That's what a foolish man is. Hashem says I should give wisdom to him. Why should I give wisdom to him? He's not going to use it properly. A person who's wise, but a person that Hashem sees, this guy pushes himself. He tries to go to shiur. He asks Hashem all the time to help him open up his wisdom. He asks Hashem that he should be able to learn more Torah and to be able to do more mitzvot. He's a wise man. I'm going to give him wisdom. So Hashem gives wisdom to the wise. The question is, do we want to be wise? Do we show Hashem I want to be wise? And therefore, all our success in Torah, to be like the Rambam, to be like the Gaon of Vilna, to be like Betzalel, to be like the Jews who left Egypt, didn't know nothing from nothing about jewels and gold and silver, and they're able to do these huge, amazing things. All dependent on, do they want to be wise or you want to be a fool? A fool cares about only, where's my next vacation, cares only about when's the next steakhouse, cares only about what's the next gashmiut, what's the next big thing that I'm going to buy gashmiut. But a person who is wise, he says, yes, I have gashmiut, but the main thing is ruhaniyut. Where is my next shiur? When do I have free time to learn? Where do I get another chidush? Who's going to say a nice dvar Torah? What shiur am I listening to now? Such a person, he's showing Hashem he's wise, and Hashem will give him a lot of wisdom. Baruch